I'm trying to think what else I'm missing. Because not only do you have, like, ancient creatures, like, can you imagine? So, Scotland is very well known for its countryside, it's very bountiful, and you get all these, like, rolling hills and fields. Can you imagine just walking through and then one day accidentally stepping into, like, an ancient temple or something? Is there, like, a heritage site organisation here?
There must be something. I mean, how effective they are is another question when we have, like, freaking legendary Pokemon, like, stomping about.
That's not to mention the giant Pokemon, the Dynamax ones in Sword and Shield, where all it takes is a balding businessman to be like, yes, I want to release this creature that's not going to awaken in 1,000 years. It's like, why? Why? You have no plan. And it's like, well,
that'll come to me afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, what were you planning here? What was your hopes? What was your dreams? Why would you do this? Why? And then, of course, you catch a creature and it's like half the size compared to what it was when you fought it. So you're like, well, I'm clearly downsizing, so why would you catch it? You know, imagine bringing that to dinner parties. People would laugh at you. And then you could bring about the end of the world. But at the same time, people would laugh at you. The sting's still there. You could live out the rest of eternity in darkness, but at the same time, you're just like, well, even to the last...
The shame will never go.
Tell the shame.
That time you embarrassed yourself at a dinner party will never vanish.
Yes, the sweat of your brow as you lamented of the crying of the Pokemon, drinking your moo milk on your throne.
Oh, a wild ride this has been.
But I mean, between that, between how the economy would work, as you said, it's a vicious cycle, how healthcare works, because I know technically there are hospitals. There's not hospitals in the games. Are in the anime and things, but yeah, it's wild to think that hospitals are prioritised for Pokemon. Imagine if it was like here, but instead of the NHS serving people, it was like a vet version.
Pokemon are the valuable commodities here, like human beings are just grist for the mill or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, but what health benefits or what benefits in general would you get from a job? Like, you know, in America you get like healthcare, dental care, that kind of. What would you get out of a job in Pokemon?
Do you know what you'll get? You know what the healthcare will be like, we'll take care of your Pokemon for you. That'll be the healthcare benefits.
I think that's like just a one-stop ride, or rather one-stop excuse to burn down the building or something.
Pretty much. I see no other option for us here.
It's the nuclear option, to be fair. So, is there anything else you want to comment about the Pokemon world? Anything about this magical, lovely realm of fantasy and death?
Can I circle back to one of your very first statements in this episode? This universe is a living hell. You know what? I thought you were being very extreme when we first started this. Why would anybody ever want to live here? This is trying to get a bottle of milk and look what we did. This world is disease. It turns people into monsters.
Pocket monsters.
Yeah, exactly. Pocket monsters. The pocket monsters were us all along.
You know how, obviously, when Pokemon die, it's implied that some turn into, like, ghost Pokemon?
Is that where the ghost Pokemon come from?
Well, I have no idea.
This sounds like a good research opportunity, if nothing else. So
yeah, but, like, as I said before, you've got, like, ghosts that are humans, so can you catch a human ghost? Or, not that you would want to, mind you, but what if you were trying to catch, like, a Gengar or something, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh no, I've caught the girl from the ring. What am I supposed to do with this? You just got a Pokeball with black hair sticking out. You're like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Right, remind me never to open these Pokemon.
Oh no, do you know what you could do, actually? Send it to the, like, head of Selfco, right? Then that's when we take our aggressive takeover of the company.
Oh my god, perfect.
And then we start, like, our business. So then we could have, like, a Zoom call, and it would definitely seem cool from our end, but it'd probably be all staticky and everything. But it could be like, do we have your attention now, Mr. Silvco? Yes, the Pokeballers are back at it again.
Like grab ball. What was it in the grab Pokeball? Oh my god.
I grab the means of production, grab the Pokeballs.
Of production, is it?
Grab the balls of production, that was it. Just this world is.
I love how we started a political movement as well.
I know. So if you'd like to join our movement, you can check us out at podpage.com/Chatsunami. For legal reasons, this is a joke. You'll only find past episodes there. Are you still my friend after this?
I mean, I feel like I have to be. We've committed so many crimes. I think we're connected at the hip now. There's no us and Big Jim. There's no separating the gang.
Well, that is indeed true. If we're not in an underground lair building, kidnapping people or building super weapons, or what happened to Pokemon? Like, I know this is the Pokemon I always bring up when I think of like, a dark, gritty Pokemon. But the one that always gets me is the sandcastle Pokemon, where there's like official art of Pikachu getting devoured by a sandcastle. And it's like, why?
Why, indeed.
There's so many messed up Pokemon. Like, there's a tree ghost Pokemon that apparently lures kids away.
Why?
As I said, there's a balloon ghost Pokemon that tries to drag children away, but because it's too light, it can't. So kids think, oh, it's playing with me. And it's like, no, it's trying to kidnap you. I think that kid would grow up with A, severe anxiety for both thinking, oh my God, I was going to get kidnapped, and B, was I too chunky to get kidnapped? So...
Oh my God. This is horror around every corner here.
I mean, it's mostly ghost Pokemon, but there's also like jellyfish Pokemon that actually drag you to the bottom of the ocean. I think it's Jellicent or something like that. They'll drag you to the bottom of the ocean. Like the whole ocean. I am not travelling unless it's on like a boat. I'm not travelling on the back of a Gyarados. Screw that noise. There's no way. What with all the tentacles and tentacruels, Gyarados as well. Do you know what would be kind of cool, but definitely it would be at the bottom of the food chain? Far-fetched. I mean, it comes with its own leek. Come on.
Look, I was just thinking that it comes with a side dish, basically.
Do you know what's terrifying as well? There's some like food-based Pokemon. Like there's one that literally looks like a moose.
Oh my!
And not like a Canadian moose, more like a creamy moose. There's a dragon that looks like an apple. There's sick people out there who clearly would be, I want to try. I don't know if you've seen these videos, by the way, but there's been a wave of videos on, I don't know where they've come from, but they've started popping up on TikTok, and it's basically showing you people putting down like what you think are sleeping Pokemon, and then you see like the animation, and you see them chopping up the Pokemon and then serving it as like a dish. On the one hand, it's absolutely horrific, but on the other hand, you're like, you just know if the Pokemon world was real, there would definitely be, like, can you imagine going into a restaurant with Little Timmy and his Bulbasaur, and it's like, oh yes, we'll have the salad, Bulba salad, or the grilled Charmander.
So what, rather than like a bring your own booze type thing, it's like a bring your own Pokemon to eat?
Oh, what a Korean barbecue. No, not like that. No. Well, just like Pokemon laid. Oh, that would be horrible.
Here's one for you, though. Here's one for you to consider. You know, Ditto. Can a Ditto turn into any food item?
I don't like where this is going.
Just something to ponder. Something to ponder at the end.
Well, it can literally turn into anything, but it's got those two beady eyes and the wee smile, so...
Yeah, you just know it would be enjoying it as well, which...
Oh, like, would it not be like eating Play-Doh, though?
It could be, but what if it's like... Here's the gamble. What if it's like eating a fine steak?
Why would you want to risk that? It'd be like eating the fat off a steak.
But you don't know. What if it doesn't have that taste?
Do you know what I was actually thinking? And this is probably a plan for your world domination with the Elite Four. If you got a Ditto, right, to transform into food, so then the Elite Four are like, oh, yummy, our smorgasbord is here. And then they go to take a bite, and then the Ditto just stays in their throat.
I love it, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, it's like death by Ditto. In fact, I think in the manga, they use Ditto as like a face mask. So it's like they change your appearance, which I think is actually really cool, to be fair, but Ditto's a weird one. Thank you for not going to the way of questioning I thought you were going to go with Ditto, because as I said, we're going to go for the very highbrow.
Only highbrow here, that's all we do, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Talking about drinking Squirtle juice and, beating up kids for their Metapods. This is going to be a weird episode to edit, I just not.
What happened to us, Sass?
We went to Pokemon Land, that's what we did.
Of course, that's what happened, it changed us.
I just can't wait for next week until we talk about, like, living in the Sonic universe.
It can't be worse.
Oh, do you want to bet?
I mean, we'll detail our journey to get some echidna milk.
Oh, no! Do echidnas, you know what, I don't even want to know the answer to that.
You don't, nobody wants to know the answer to that one.
In case you thought, oh, the Pokemon world would be lovely and it'd be fine, have a long, hard look in the mirror.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. In fact, one final question here, right? As I said before, Porygon would be my choice of Pokemon. If I had to have a Pokemon in real life to go through my computer to help me with editing, that kind of thing, what would be your number one Pokemon to take into real life?
I feel like you picked a really good one because you got like a practical reason for it.
And it can't be Pineco, because I'm not sitting at my computer and I hear like a Pineco smash my window, and I'm like, what's this? And then you're away with my Porygon.
That would be an amazing one to get. Do you know what? Part of me just wants something like a Wooloo. I don't know why. Just because it looks like a sheep, and I'm like, do you know what? Like, at least I kind of know what a sheep does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to use my pseudo Digimon here to edit. What are you going to use yours for? You just go over and it's just like bleating in your face, like
Eating grass, etc. But I know what I'm getting into.
that just sounds wholesome, to be fair.
Do you know what? It's like Shaun of the Dead. I want to be somewhere familiar. I want to be able to smoke. I want to know where the exits are. That's what a Wooloo is to me.
We'll head down to the old Charizard arms, wait for all of this to blow over. See, in all honesty, if there was like an attack by like a group in the Pokemon universe, like no matter what group, whether it's Team Rocket, whether it's Team Magma, Aqua, Galactic, Plasma, Player, don't care about the rest. You know, if there was an attack on the world, you would be screwed though. Not everybody has a...
Oh, I thought you meant me and my Wooloo would be
that's
screwed.
true, yeah, but no, like, not everybody's trained for battle. We don't live in a Spartan warrior society where we train.
I think we do if we're living in the Pokemon universe. I'm going to be honest. I think we do live in basically Sparta. As I said, look what happened to us trying to get milk. We got forced into a part of the cycle. I think we do live in a highly militarized society, Pokemon.
Can you imagine the self-defense videos? Imagine the...
Get a Pokemon.
Step 1, get a Pokemon. Plan B, get a gun. Will that help with the Pokemon? Pokemon? Because, I mean, guns do exist in the Pokemon universe. I will say that. Guns do.
No, that's good to know.
Well, at least in the anime. How that came about, I don't know. It kind of seems pointless.
Is there a gun Pokemon?
When Blastoise Gigamaxes, then he gets like a good few cannons, which would be great in a siege, to be honest. Just involve him in
We're involved in medieval siege next time. We'll be sorted.
If you forgot your keys, just like Dynamax them and, you know, get them to
blast through your walls.
Yeah, blast through the door. At least
the insurance will cover it, I'm sure.
I feel as if at this point, like, obviously this isn't a problem in the UK, but you would have like a hurricane bunker for the Pokemon world. You'd have a Poke-proof bunker. You're like the Anderson shelters or something.
Just dug out in my back garden.
Oh, God. Do you know what the amazing thing is? I bet you if we came out the house and we went to our right instead of our left, there's probably like a nice shop there that was giving away moo milk for free. There was like free jobs going. Could have had like a paradise. And we chose violence, Adam. We did
choose. It's the world, though. The world made us choose violence, I'm convinced.
Well, all I can say is life is not an anime, Adam.
After recounting this, I'm kind of glad, no, in a way.